Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschool-ology. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. I've got a 8th grader, 4th grader, kindergartner, and pre-Ker. And on this channel, we talk about secular homeschooling, but also about motherhood, life, having a larger family, and everything in between. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you a week of homeschool for us. So I will give you fair warning that this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, because I am literally sharing our entire week of what we did. We homeschool at home 4 days a week because on Mondays we have co-op. And so this is those 4 days. I didn't share anything about Monday because, you know, we just went to co-op. You wouldn't want to, there'd be nothing to see. But so it's, you know, the other 4 days, and I have included a time breakdown. So I'll talk about it throughout the video, and then at the end I actually created a chart for you guys to see like what our time looked like, so you can actually see like what our actual times look like. Now I do want to preface it and say that we didn't get to a lot of extras this week that I filmed. It was the week of Valentine's Day, so it was a little like hectic and crazy with all of that kind of stuff going on. So the times might be just a little bit less than what they usually are because we didn't get to things like a writing assignment that I was going to do and some of the like extras. Like we didn't do our woven melodies this week or any of our like extra things. So just keep that in mind when you're watching, that it's not exactly like a perfect week for us. But I figured I would show it to you guys anyways, give you guys an idea of what I would say. It's not a perfect week for us, but it is a typical week for us. You know, some days we just don't do as much as other days. So I'm gonna stop chatting because this is a very long video, and I'm gonna let you dive right in to the video. Before we go any further, I would love it if you would head on down and hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so, and ring that notification bell and give this video a thumbs up. If you are enjoying this content, drop a comment down below and let me know. I'd love to hear how your weeks go or how your week went this week, and any other questions that you guys have. I'm happy to answer them down there or over on Instagram at Homeschool-ology. You can DM me there over there as well. So here you will see me working with my older 2 daughters. Right now I am working on spelling with my 4th grader while my 8th grader works on doing some independent work. I think she's working on her root words right now. And this is something that I'll typically do with them. I will put both of them at the table, have one work on something that's a little bit more independent, and then work on something that I need to work on with the other one, and I'll kind of switch back and forth and take turns while they work on doing something they do independently and then things that they need me for. They both typically finish this up about the same time as I jump back and forth. Sometimes one of them will take a break in between. This system has been serving us really well, so we're going to just keep at it for the time being. I'm going to put these into the blanks. We use each word only once. So an animal tour of India. A guide told the tourist there are many animals in India. Camels, Indian elephants, and in various, or do you think locate, local, locales, or locally? Which one do you think is going to be the best fit there? 60% of the world's tigers. Which one went over here? Which word meant in a specific place? So we finished up the root words, which is what we're working on here. My oldest daughter is actually taking a short break right now. She was having a moment, and you know, sometimes we have those, and so she's taking a break while I am working on root words. And then you can see we switched over here to Michael Clay Thompson. This program is working so well for us. We really, really, really love it. She is doing the island level. We use highlighters because they just find that more fun and more engaging, and so we've been doing it that way, and it's working really well. She has come such a long way this year using this program, and we really, really like it. Here we are working on the building language part of the Michael Clay Thompson while she has a Valentine's Day treat, and so this was the end of her day, except for her math, I think, which she did later on after a short break. All right, we have been doing school for about 50 minutes ish, and my youngest daughter, or my middle daughter, is done with everything except for her math for the day, I believe. My older daughter did a couple of assignments, then needed a break, and so I'm going to call her back in and work with her after I get my middle daughter set up for her schoolwork. So, or for her math. And then after I'm done working with my older daughter, I'm going to get the little kiddos in here today. Normally I do them first, but today it just happens that I'm going to do them second. So that's what I'm going to do next. So here we finished up her fix-it grammar and her spelling, and then she was done except for math for the day. She chose to do math that evening with my husband. Who remembers what this is?
Equal.
Equals. Who remembers what this is?
Plus.
Plus. And who remembers what this is?
I don't know. Minus.
Minus. Good job. Okay, let's do this.
Can I have
Let's
three?
do 3.
I have three.
Stop. We're doing it together. Stop. Let's do 3 plus 1. Please stop. Please stop. So 3 plus 1 equals what?
2.
Try again.
7.
Do we need some beads?
Yes. What's mine?
How many beads is that?
3.
3. So put them on the 3.
I want to have some beads. How about beads?
How many beads is this?
1.
1. So let's put it on the 1. Now if we
4.
yeah, that's right. We get 4 beads if we put them all together, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try another one. So here we are doing an activity from Math with Confidence by Kate Snow. We have really been enjoying this program, but they need a little extra help with their addition. So we have switched over to using Math UC Primer, which you'll see me getting out here. This combination has been working really well. It says, how many circles?
I want green.
How many gray circles do you have over here?
I want green. 1.
Okay, so circle the 1.
Mike, I find 1.
Oh, yours is different. How many circles are white?
So much.
Down, only up here. Only up here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go. Look, let's put a dot on them as we count them. 1,
2, 3, 4. Mom, what is this? 5, 6. How many bricks?
Circle the 7.
How many bricks?
How many of them have bricks? Yeah. No, which one's 7? Which number down here is 7?
3, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6,
Yep, you're right.
6.
Math took us about 11 minutes this day, which is a little bit shorter than it normally is. We normally closer to 20 minutes, but this worked for us. As you'll see here, we're switching over to our Pinwheels program and working on that. Okay, read it now.
T.
G.
G. A.
B. G-ab.
Yeah.
Okay, write it nice and neat on your line. This day, Pinwheels took us about 22 minutes. That's pretty close to average. Sometimes we'll do a little bit more. This was, just a quick day for us. You can see here I'm giving my youngest her hearts for doing her assignments. As I finish up with my son doing a few extra things since he is a little bit older, and my youngest starts working on stickers. And so that was our day. Okay, so I just finished up with my kids. It took us like literally 25 minutes. It didn't even take us that long at all. But we took a break last week, so we were just trying to slowly get into things. And my little guy right there is not being super cooperative today. So we wrapped things up a little bit early, and then I still haven't finished with my older daughter yet, and I will check in with you guys when we get done with her. If I don't, then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. All right. Did you put today's date on the paper?
2/14/24.
Okay. Ready? Thinning.
You already did that.
We already did that one? I thought we did that's thinned. Thinning. Welcome to Wednesday. Here I'm working on sequential spelling with my middle daughter. It took her about 17 minutes to complete, and next you'll see me working with my older daughter, and it took her about 10 minutes to do. All right, are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, number 1, impressive. 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 The sequential spelling program has you correct your students' work as you're doing it. So as soon as they write it, you will correct it, make sure it's correct. And as a strategy for like seeing that, you know, what mistakes they're making and improving it through the pattern that they're learning about at that time. This has actually been working really, really well for my kiddos, and we are really enjoying it. Here you'll see us switching over to Fix It Grammar. This is something that sometimes she will do on her own, and sometimes I will help her with. This day I decided to help her with it because she asked me to, and then she will do her root words next. So I just finished up doing like a bunch of the school with the kiddos. We started really late today because it was Valentine's Day, and we spent some of the day like snuggled up with each other on the couch, watched some movies. So we just wrapped up, and I did take some like times with some things. So I'm going to tell you right now that with my middle daughter, we only got in 2 things before she went off to soccer. I'm hoping to get her other 2 things done, her sentence and her math done later tonight when she gets back. But she spent 8 minutes on spelling and 5 minutes on root words, which is only half of what she usually does. So that probably would have been 10 minutes. And then my older daughter spent 12 minutes on spelling, that's 8 minutes on Fix It Grammar, and only 2 minutes on root words, but that's because she did only half of it as well, and she's about to do her math. I expect that to take about 20 minutes. So that is my 2 older girls. Now this is a much rushed day because we were trying to, you know, get these in, just a little bit of school in for the day. We'll spend more time doing more things tomorrow. And then with the little kids, I spent 15 minutes doing math with them and 10 minutes doing pinwheels with them. And they were really kind of done, you know, they were on a little bit of a sugar high and things like that. So we would normally spend a little bit more time doing, I try to do like 15 and 15, but today, you know, it got a little shortcut. So that is the times for today, and that wraps up. Probably won't record any of the math that the kids do today, but maybe I will. We'll see. But that's it for me today. So see you tomorrow. Welcome to Thursday. Here we are working with the Matthew C program, primer level for my kindergartner and pre-K-er. They are working on the same things, but I just expect a little bit less from my pre-K-er and a little bit more from my kindergartner. And she's been keeping up pretty well, doing really well, so I'm just going to let her keep doing what she's doing. Whatever she picks up, great. Whatever she doesn't, that's fine too. I might next year split them up and have her repeat the primer and have him move on, but we will see as the rest of the year progresses. Remember, we are year-round homeschoolers, so we will continue doing this through the summer as well, and I will readjust when it gets a little bit closer to August and we're ready to start our new year. Math took us about 25 minutes this day, which is a little bit longer than usual, but they were doing so well and they were really enjoying it, so we kept going. Okay, today we're going to work together. You ready to work together?
No.
And we're going to we're going to tell a story. Okay? So here are our pictures. Here are our pictures. What order do we want to put our pictures in? What do we want to come first?
This. 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 No, it's this.
Which one's first?
This one.
Okay. And then which one's second?
This one.
Okay, and which one's third?
This one.
All right. And then what is happening in the first picture?
Raining. Raining. And he is covering the rain for that.
Oh, well, that's nice of him. What happens in this picture?
Rain. Rain is getting hit with rain.
Oh, no. What happened to the umbrella?
It broke.
It broke?
And this.
And then what happened?
This.
What's happening then? What is it?
The wing went away.
Okay, so let's make it into a story, okay? You want to say one day or once upon a time?
Once upon a time.
One day. Once upon a time, a big bug was what? Friendly. And what else did he do?
Help the bug.
He was friendly and he helped the little bug keep the rain away. Next, what happened?
The umbrella broke.
Next, the umbrella broke and the inchworm was what? What was the inchworm? Sad, wet, grumpy. What should we say?
Sad.
And the inchworm was sad. But in the end,
it stopped raining.
It stopped raining.
And
And the inchworm was, what is the inchworm now?
I wanted to do that.
To do this part, what is the inchworm now? Is he happy, glad, dry? What do you want to say? Happy? This was really fun to do with them, and they had a really great time. They actually put the pictures in backwards order, but that's okay. We rolled with it and made up a story. Here they are working on their tracing of their letters. We were working on the letter M, and then this part of our day took us about 15 minutes. I've noticed that their attention span is about 30 to 45 minutes long. Anything past that, and they get pretty antsy and not really wanting to participate, so I try to keep it within that range. And here again, we are getting our hearts for completing our assignments for the day. That strategy has been working really well.
Broken into tectonic or lithospheric plates that each move independently of each other. But even though Africa and South America look like they fit together pretty neatly, all Earth's land being linked together long ago was a pretty radical theory.
So here we are working on the big history project. We were learning about plate tectonics, which was really exciting to learn about. This is something that we have been working on together. My middle daughter doesn't always come along, but sometimes she does. This day she did, because it was something that I felt like she could handle learning about, and none of the assignments would be too challenging for her. These are now going to switch over to doing their independent work and their work that they need me with. I've talked about this earlier in the video, how I bounce back and forth between the two. On this day, it took my oldest 72 minutes, including our history and science that we did, and my middle daughter 68 minutes, including that history and science that we did. This was more of a very typical day for us in the homeschooling world, our normal homeschooling routine. They usually work somewhere between 1 hour and 2 hours on completing their things that we're doing. So 1 hour to get kind of the bulk of their stuff done, and then upwards to 2 hours depending on how many extra things we fit in for the day. So as you know, when we take a break, I kind of like to go back to things a little bit slower and move a little bit faster in the end, and that's kind of what we did this week. We started out the week a little bit slower and ended on a little bit of a high note. Welcome to Friday. Fridays tend to be shorter days for us. Just in general, we're just kind of wrapping up our things for the week. We don't really do too much extra, just our normal like meat and potatoes. Today, I again started with my older kiddos. I don't know why this week I tended to do that most of the week. And then we worked with my little kiddos at the end. Usually I do that in reverse, but this week I guess I just wanted to work with my oldest first. So you can see here I'm working with my middle daughter on her spelling while my oldest is working on some independent work, and we'll switch back again in a minute. This day, including math, my oldest worked for about 40 minutes and my middle daughter worked for about 50 minutes doing their respective work for the day. Overall, the week went pretty well. We did get done what I had on my list, with the exception of one or two little extra things that we just didn't get to because we had, more of a busy week with activities, and it was the holiday, and we spent some time just snuggling and being together, which is totally fine. I don't mind when we take a break. I don't mind if the next week is not quite up to our typical standards. So it was fine that was what this week was. And at the end, I will give you a little bit of a breakdown of each day's work. Here, I'm switching over to my little two. This day, we decided to start with pinwheels, or I decided to start with pinwheels because they were getting to the point where they were getting, done and over it by after math. They like math better, so I usually start with that. But I started with pinwheels this day, hoping to get a little bit of a fresher attitude. As you can see, it wasn't exactly successful. It's Friday, people are ready to be done, but it went well. And then I did some math with them after we finished up our pinwheels. Here you'll see me getting out the primer level Math UC, and we're going to do an activity together. This day, my kiddos worked for about 40 minutes total on pinwheels and math together, and that is a typical day for them. They might join us for some family activities like woven melodies, or maybe if we're doing a fun science experiment, they'll join us for that, but they typically are done after that 30 to 45 minute mark, and that is really enough for people or kiddos this age, so we just go with that. So as you could tell, my day was typically around maybe 3 hours total with all of my kiddos, because I work with them in a little bit at a time. This is just us wrapping up for the day, and we are going to move on to, I think my girls are doing math and a history lesson. I think that's what I'm about to show you here in a second, is that my older daughter is working on either history or civics. I can't remember, and I don't think I wrote it down. She's taking a civics course at co-op, and so she does have some homework for that, and so we make sure we fit that in during the week as well. And that is about it for our week. As you can see, I am doing a little bit of tidying while the girls are working. Oh, I was totally wrong. She's actually working on her Khan Academy math. We are really enjoying this. I know I keep telling you guys this, but I do have a video coming out on this soon. But she is working on Khan Academy math right now, and this was kind of the end of our day. Things I did not include in this video is we do read aloud. My older two daughters and I do our read aloud at night. That goes along with our Brave Writer. Here they're making those little stars. They are obsessed with making them right now. So here is that chart I promised you guys. This is showing you what we did during the week. For my oldest, on Wednesday she did 77 minutes, Tuesday 45 minutes, Thursday 72 minutes, and Friday 50 minutes. For my fourth grader, she did 84 minutes on Tuesday, 42 minutes on Wednesday, 68 minutes on Thursday, and 51 minutes on Friday. For my younger two, we did 33 minutes on Tuesday, 24 minutes on Wednesday, 31 minutes on Thursday, and 40 minutes on Friday. That's pretty typical for them. My older two maybe spent a little bit of less time than they usually do during the week. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this kind of honest, raw look at what we did for that week and how things went for us. Like I said, it was not a perfect week by any means, but that's what I try to share around here, is real, honest, and raw, so you guys can see that that homeschooling doesn't have to be perfect, and so yeah, so that was our week, and I'm not going to ramble on too much here because I know you've been watching for a long time if you've made it to this point. So thank you for watching, and please remember to let me know if you guys have any questions, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and all those things, and I hope you will come back and chat with me again real soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.